Well, good morning, my dear learners of English. As we go further and further, I told you in my previous chapters, the level of difficulty increases, When you were a small child, and you were not aware of the language and identity of anyone except your mother. Your mother has hugged you. She has fed you. Now you have grown, After you have grown, you will be able to have your own lunch. We will be able to decide how much food you like to have or when you like to have, So your dependency on your mother is disappearing slowly. You are standing on your own legs, Similarly, in the beginning chapter, say Unit 1, Unit 2, are given small and simple expressions, As we are going further and further, advanced level, naturally the difficulty level increases. It's nothing but natural, Right. Now here we're going to learn a structure which is used with do plus a lot of and gerund. Okay? And first let me write some sentences and then I'll explain you certain things of it. And you can understand gerund, perhaps that word might confuse you. What could be the meaning of it? Instead of the meaning of that word, what word I write, what word I would write perhaps under the gerund, you observe and you get some idea. Right? Now, see this sentence. He, in the beginning, a subject comes generally. He does a lot of reading. So in the gerund I have written reading. Right? Similarly, Rajita does a lot of painting. Okay, my friends do. Friends plural, do have. My friends do a lot of reading poetry. The structure should be like, he does a lot of reading, Rajita does a lot of painting, my friends do a lot of reading poetry, What do these sentences mean? Simply, my friend reads a lot. Simply that's all. Rajita paints a lot or paints much. And my friends read much poetry or a lot of poetry. Instead of those general expressions, we can express in this beautiful way. My friend does a lot of reading. Wonderful sense, right? In his job, one more sentence. In his job, my cousin does a lot of traveling. Means he has to travel to many places. He travels a lot. These are general expressions, When you want your English to be different from others, a distinction you want to have for your English and expressions, you must learn. Learning is always not funny. Don't underestimate. Learning is not always funny, Sometimes it can be funny. Sometimes it's damn serious, You have to be serious, You have to put your heart and soul in it, If you ask me, why should I put my whole heart and soul in it? That means you don't want to learn. You don't learn anything and I can't teach anything. So try to have a focused attention on what you read. Many actors act. Many actors say the dialogues. Much before Kamal Hassan, we saw many actors. And Kamal Hassan made a mark for himself. He wants to have a distinctive look for himself. He wants to have a place for him on the silver screen. He worked hard. He achieved it. Has become a world celebrity. That passion should be yours. This passion should flow in you, perhaps. Now, coming to the point, my friends do a lot of reading. The simple expression is, he reads many books. Common expression. It does a lot of reading, you can say. Wonderful expressions. This structure helps you the frequency or number of times of an action. Make it a point. And here, with this I would like to close the chapter, small chapter, especially in order to teach you this structure. I have given this in. And much before I close, I would like to give some sentences. I repeat 2 times. If you have phones, record them. Perhaps if you are a quick writer, note down. If you find a difficulty, you just record all these into your mobile and then work out on them. I am going to give some exercise, 10 sentences for your exercise. They are without this form. Your job is to do a lot of ending form. Suppose the verb is past tense, did. Suppose the verb has yes or yes, does, like this. Okay? Now, first sentence, I repeat twice. I rode past tense. I rode a lot in my youth. I rode a lot in my youth. Next, second one. During the holidays, we swam a lot at the Krishna river. Again, during the holidays, we swam a lot at Krishna. Robert drank. Robert drank too much last night. This old woman talks too much. This old woman talks too much. Fourth one, that is. Next, fifth one. Used past tense, used to run a lot. We used to run a lot when we were at school. Again, we used to run a lot when we were at school. Next, sixth one. I have a colleague, but right word is colleague. I have a colleague who smokes too much. I have a colleague who smokes too much. Now, seventh one. A pilot has to fly a lot before he can get his license. Again, a pilot has to fly a lot before he can get his license. Next, eighth one. You can fish a lot. You can fish a lot in these rivers. And ninth one. The politicians have to speak a lot, especially before the elections. Again, the politicians have to speak a lot, especially before the elections. And the last one and 10th one, we shall have to entertain a lot of visitors when the exhibition is held here. Again, we shall have to entertain a lot of visitors when the exhibition is held here. I hope I am clear. And you have tried down, rewrite the following sentences using the do plus a plus a lot of and gerund. If the verb contains past tense, you have to use did. Remember, first, for example, I rode a lot in my youth. One sentence. What's the verb? Tell me. Rode. How do you write this? How do you write it? I did a lot of riding. I did a lot of riding in my youth. That's how you should write. Am I clear? Thank you very much. You try to use do plus a lot of plus gerund, and then try to get yourself get your sentences corrected by the people who know English very well. And let me tell you what is this. Gerund is nothing but reading, painting, reading like that, singing, writing like that. It's just an ing form, present participle form. There's two forms in it. Gerund. Gerund, its form is verb. Its form is verb. Reading, painting, singing, teaching. Form is verb, but its function is noun. So it is known as a verbal noun. A verbal noun is nothing but a gerund. What I mean? A gerund has a form of verb. It does the work of a noun. So it is called verbal noun. Reading, writing, playing, like that. Am I clear? Well, thank you very much. And let's meet in the next chapter.